Okay, so this one's going to be called Lucky Moments. Um, I've had a lot of lucky moments in my life. Uh, Cheated death a few times. Um, but I also um, got some extraordinary deals. Uh, I've gotten basically one car for free, drove it for quite a while. Got another car for $6 and drove it for a very long time. And also got uh, another car for $500 and $535, which is extraordinary. And my dad says that's the best deal I've gotten so far was the 535. But I'm gonna have to quiz him because I think he's forgotten about the other two deals. So let's start with uh, the basically the free car. Now the free car um, I found in a classified ad, and the guy only wanted payment to pay off what he had to pay for the ad, which was like $30 or something like that. $33 or $30. I don't remember what it was. So my dad and I went over there to get it, and on the way there, Dad went in and got some scratch offs. So lottery tickets, and he won enough money to pay for our gas, pay for our food, pay for the car, and him to still walk away with like $60. And when I got the car home, because the guy said he didn't know how to open up the trunk or anything, we got it running and drove it home. And when I got it home, I opened up the trunk because I knew how to do it. And there was a set of jack stands inside the trunk. There was the manual for the car. There was a brand new set of shocks for the car, and several other items, all in the trunk. So that was basically the free car. Now, the one that cost me $6. Now, I had this Dodge hatchback, um, Horizon. I don't know if that's Plymouth or Dodge. I can't remember. It was maroon. Anyways, four-door, little hatchback. Decent car. Now, I basically didn't pay anything for the car. I traded a couple things for it. And the things I traded for were things that I didn't actually pay any money for the items. So I just traded them for the car. And I drove the car maybe 2 years. I don't know. Maybe 3. I'm thinking 2. And my cousin tells me about this deal on a Ford Taurus, 1996. 120 some thousand miles on it. And of course, the Horizon was like 88, something like that. And I'm like, well, I don't really have the money right now, and blah, blah, blah. But I'll think on it, kind of thing. So about a week goes by, and I take the Horizon in to have the oil changed. Now, when I'm getting the oil changed, the guy that's changing the oil loves the car. And I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's super clean. He goes, yeah, it's amazingly clean. And he goes, I wouldn't mind buying it off you. And I said, well, I might be interested in selling it to you. He goes, really? I said, yeah, yeah. I want $600 for it. And he goes, okay. And we exchanged numbers, And a couple days later, he calls me up. He goes, I'd really like that car. And I said, okay. Um, I'll do it. I'll do it. Now, the Ford Taurus was $500. So I called my cousin, get the deal brokered with them for the Ford Taurus, which is a 96. Like I said, that was an 88 for $500. Whole deal goes down well and everything. Tax, title, and license on the Ford Taurus cost me $106. So to upgrade from an 88 Horizon to a 1996 Ford Taurus with 120,000 miles, which were all highway miles from a businessman, that's all he did was put highway miles on it. The car was perfectly clean, rust-free, perfectly clean. Cost me $6 out of pocket. I think that's pretty darn lucky. Um, the one my dad says is the best deal is I was online and did an auction, and I purchased a vehicle, a 2010 Mitsubishi Lancer from Virginia, rust-free, completely clean. Said that might be having a little bit of transmission issues and everything. So I got it, and tax, title, and license and everything was $535. So 2010, this just happened. So it's last year, so it was 10 years old. So very new car, very, very clean. But on top of that, see, while I was driving home, uh, when I was at stop signs and different things like that, I made a couple phone calls. And I quickly called when I was at a stop sign or whatnot. I don't like to drive and talk on the phone. But I called a couple of the oil changes places in my hometown. Not my hometown, but where I live anyways. And one finally said, yeah, we service them and everything, and bring it in. Well, I brought it in, and right close to the end, because I had them change, let's see here, the windshield wipers, the air filter, I believe, and had them change the transmission fluid, because granted, I drove it like 45 miles, and the tranny had, like stuttering and whatnot, nothing much. And I'm like, okay, transmission fluid change. Let's see how that goes. And at the very end, he asked me, do you want to put Lucas transmission treatment in this? And I said, sure, okay. I like Lucas. I've used it for years. And he put it in there, and he put the wrong kind in. And the Mitsubishi is a constant velocity or variable speed transmission. So basically, when you put it in drive, it doesn't shift. And the more gas you give it, the faster you go. Just like a snowmobile. Just boom. And by the time I got home, which is only a mile away from there, the car wouldn't move on its own. Ended up, they replaced the transmission in it on their dime. Not mine, their dime. So my wife now has a 2010 Mitsubishi Lancer with new transmission in it, with just over 100,000 miles, from Virginia, rust-free, beautiful condition, for $535. Yeah, yeah, cool luck. Because I've had some vehicles and I've just poured money into those vehicles. Those are my three top ones. Three top ones. Unless you consider my pull tractor. Now, my pull tractor, I literally dug it out of a dump. I put a little tiny bit of money into it, and that sucker would do 35 miles an hour. It was a All it was a little, I want to say it was a Cub Cadet, little lawnmower, white and yellow. I had a custom seat made for it, um, for free. The motor in it was free. I think I had paid for the pulley, belts. I don't even think I changed the tires on the thing. I, maybe I did. I don't remember how much I put into it and everything. And I built a gas pedal for it. I put a stack on it. And yeah, it was pretty amazing. I mean, you could do donuts with a little lawnmower. But, that wasn't my first lawnmower that was that crazy. My John Deere had a stack on it as well, and would do probably about 20 miles an hour, something like that. It was pretty fast. My brother decided to try to play a trick on me and everything, and said he wasn't going to move the vehicle. And I was mowing with that John Deere. And what he did was he chained the car to the fence. And I took a chain, hooked it onto the car, and pulled the car out of my way so I could mow, and pulled down the fence at the same time. So not only did I move the car, I pulled down the fence. But yeah, as for cheap vehicles, those are my top three. And I call those lucky moments. And right place, right time. Like with the Horizon, if I hadn't ran into the guy, I wouldn't got the Ford Taurus. Uh, if I hadn't been told about the website for the auction, I wouldn't have got my wife's car. Uh, if I hadn't read the classified advertisement, I would never have gotten the free car. Uh, it's funny moments and lucky moments, really. So if everybody's all good, I'll just say ta-ta for now. Best wishes.